What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Motorhead YouTube channel. So today we are not working on the Mustang or the E30. We actually have a customer project here, and this car got smashed pretty bad in the rear. As you can see, look at that, guys. The whole rear panel just got absolutely destroyed, and we are going to be repairing it. So we need to go ahead and get it on the frame machine and start doing some pulls and see what we need to do. We have all new parts. We have a sectioning procedure from Honda, so it should be a straightforward job. We have a little bit of damage on the tailgate that we're going to get into. So we're going to get this thing out and we're going to go ahead and get it on the frame machine. But check this out, guys. It's snowing out here, and it don't snow in Tennessee, so this is pretty interesting. But we're going to get it out because we have to go to the other shop and get it onto the frame machine. So let's go ahead and get it pulled out and see what we got to do to get this thing back on the road. Look at that, guys. It's coming down. As you can see, all the cars are getting covered in snow. I hope it doesn't get too bad, or I'm not gonna be able to get home today. But man, those flakes are big. All right, so I got all the seam sealer cleaned off, and next step is going to be take these two end plates off right here, because otherwise you can't get this piece out. So we're going to take those off, then we're going to take these off right here, and the sectioning procedure is right there. And also we're going to go ahead and cut these welds and get this piece out. Also, it's also spot welded through. So we're going to go ahead and start drilling everything out, and then we'll start pulling it out once it's all drilled out. All right, guys, check it out. So we are working like a Lego set, taking it off piece by piece. And as you can see, it's looking really nice. Everything's gonna weld right back in exactly how it was. Next up are these two plates right here. And the sectioning procedure is right around here. So once we get these plates off, we can go ahead and make that cut and start getting our new pieces and test fitting. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill both of these out, and then we'll see where we need to cut it. I believe there is a support brace up in there, and then you plug weld it up. So we're gonna go ahead and get started and keep moving. All right, so it turns out this is high strength steel, and it is just destroying these bits. So what we got right here is, this is for a boron. It's called a boron killer. It's from Dent Fix. I use a lot of Dent Fix tools, and it's gonna cut through this hopefully really nicely, and we can get these two pieces out. I'm gonna go ahead and use oil with it too, that way we don't ruin this bit. This bit's like $100. Pretty crazy, but hopefully it's gonna be worth it because we need to get these two off, and it's just killing the Milwaukee bits. I started drilling, and as you can see, that's the farthest I got, and that was a brand new bit, and it's just done. So gonna get started, and now we're gonna try and attempt it for a second time. Guys, check that out. We have the piece fit in. We have the correct amount of overlapping that the manufacturer calls for, and it also goes underneath there. But now we need to go ahead and replace this piece right, this little cross member. And unfortunately, it was on the estimate, but it was not ordered, so we're gonna have to wait till tomorrow. Hopefully we can get this piece, and this cross member gets drilled out, and it goes underneath it and welds in along this. So we need that. We're gonna wait off on this job, but as you can see, everything's turning out good. All the damaged panels are gone, and now it's just a matter of getting that piece replaced, and then get this piece on there, weld it up, and get it all painted. Then we can just keep moving back till we get to this rear body panel. Okay guys, it's been a couple of days. We finally have our piece, and so we're gonna go ahead and drill it out, get it off, and get this one inside there, get this thing on there, and just keep moving forward and get this part in, and we'll just keep fitting it all together and start welding it up and finally knock out this job and get it done. So we're gonna go ahead and start. We need to drill all of these spot welds through here, and I think, yeah, just to here, and then unbolt that and get them swapped out. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll keep moving forward. So as you can see, this is how this piece goes, and we do have 2 bolts here to make sure we have it in its exact spot. And what we're going to do is line it up, and then we're going to weld it in here and here, and then we'll just plug weld it up through here, and then we can go ahead and move on to the next part, which is the sheet that goes here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep all this. We're going to throw some weld through primer, and once we get this welded in, we'll move on to the next section, and then that gets welded in right here, and we just keep going. Once we get all that done, we'll line up this rear section right here, make sure the gaps are good and that the seal closes real nicely, and then we'll be ready to finish this job up. Okay, so I got this piece test fitted, and I went ahead and put the latch on here. Well, it's not actually test fitted, it's pretty much ready. Everything is cleaned up. I'm welding it all from the back. That way we can clean it up and seam seal it, and on the front there won't be no welds, just like I did inside here. As you can see, I welded it from the bottom and it looks really good just like that. So we're gonna go ahead and see. Hey, homie. So as you can see, guys, the gaps are looking good. Super happy with the results, and through here the spacing is all even all the way to the end, so it's looking really good. I'm gonna go ahead and start welding it in. We need to clean a couple of these spots up, and then we'll start welding it, get it completely done, and then we can go ahead and seam seal everything and paint it up real nicely. So let's go ahead and get started. Check it out, guys, it is completely welded up. I went ahead and dressed up all of these welds right here. Everything inside was wire wheeled. So next what we need to do is we need to go ahead and prep this and paint it, and then we will apply the seam sealer. As you can see, the seam sealer is a beige, so it does not get painted. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep it, and in this outer area we're gonna need a little bit of filler right here and a little bit more here, but we're not gonna worry about this area yet. This is going to get painted to the factory body color, so all I'm going to do for now is just dress it up a little, do the metal work, and maybe if we can get the seam sealer out here. But I do want to go ahead and finish this area off completely, so we're going to sand it down really nicely and then go ahead and throw some color on it. And then underneath, we're going to go ahead and clean everything up, and once we do all that, we can apply seam sealer here and throw that undercoating that the car has on it, and the inside and underside will be done, and this will just be left for the paint shop. So let's go ahead and get this done and we'll see how it turns out. Well guys, I gotta say that turned out awesome. Fortunately, we ran out of seam sealer. We still need to do those 2 seams, and we need the beige, so we're gonna have to order some of that, and then we can go ahead and finish up all this. But I gotta say, this job turned out beautiful. Same with the underside. I'm gonna wait till it dries and scuff it and throw a light coat of that green right there over the top, because that is undercoated, but then on top of it, it has that green color to match the rest. So we'll go ahead and do that too once we get this thing ready for paint. Super happy with it all. Everything lines up super nice, and inside everything is nice and sealed. And luckily we were able to get this color really close to the original. As you can see, it does have green underneath, but then it has this gray on the top, so I think it flows out super nicely, and everything just turned out beautiful, and I'm super happy with these results. And finally, this thing is done, man. This thing was a big job, but it paid really well, and the hours on it were really good, and we didn't even really work on it that much. It was a couple days due to parts. We were waiting on this piece right here. As you can see, that little cross member, which we had to weld into there. And good thing that we have it now, and it's welded in. Everything is done by the book. We did the factory sectioning procedure, and I'm super happy how it turned out. I'm really happy that these things are pretty wide, the seam sealer that I used, because it got that seam and the plug welds. I didn't want to grind these plug welds down because I did not want them to lose their rigidity. So I'm really happy that that doesn't show, and it just looks really good, and the beads laid down really nice, and everything is just perfect. Well, not perfect. I still got a lot to learn. I'm learning a lot, and I'm really happy that I got to this point, but definitely can learn a lot more as I go. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this process of repairing this thing. I sure didn't, but I hope you guys did enjoy the content. That's gonna be it for this video. If you guys want to see more content like this, be sure to let me know down below. I appreciate all the love and support on all the videos, guys. Thank you for watching. If you want, you can follow us on Instagram at motorhead.co. I'll link that down below. Post a lot of this before the video drops, and you can go get a little sneak peek if you want. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.